Past was the heaviness of the eyeless dark, the darkness we did not see. Because now heaviness, because he is going to describe the twilight. So the heaviness of dark is becoming less, and therefore the twilight is coming into picture. And all the sorrow of the night was dead, surprised by a blind joy with groping hands, like one who wakes to find his dreams were true, into a happy, misty, twilight world, where all ran after light and joy and love. She slipped, Savitri. There, far off raptures drew more close. So all those things, happiness which were there so at distant, they are now drawing closer to her. And deep anticipations of delight, forever eager to be grasped and held, were never grasped, yet breathed strange ecstasy. So, he has used all the words. First, you have got joy, then you have got rapture, then you have got delight, and then you have got ecstasy. Where all ran after light and joy and love. She slipped. Their far off rapture drew more close, and deep anticipations of delight, forever eager to be grasped and held, were never grasped, yet breathed strange ecstasy. Of course, it is not used the word felicity. Felicity has a slightly different shade. A pearl-winged indistinctness, fleeting spam. Now here you have got pearl-winged indistinctness. Earlier we had U-winged. Now you have got pearl-winged indistinctness. Now pearl-winged, see, this is a picture of kind of fancy, a gossamer. Something like that, you see. And therefore, you have got pearl here. You see as if pearls, all beautiful things all around like that. Precious things. Indistinctness, fleeting spam. Indistinctness, partly again because it is a twilight world zone. It's not yet clear. The air that dared not suffer too much light. See? The air, poor air, cannot accept excess of light. Too much light, again, that indistinctness, too much light, they go together. And that is the picture of the twilight, once more. See, in the twilight, as if the air cannot take too much of light, cannot bear too much of light, as would the day. And then I got his famous lines. Vague fields were there, vague pastures cleaned, vague trees. We have seen this line earlier also in the context of the revision which has been made. Gleaned, instead of gleamed, you see. Vague trees, vague scenes, dim-hearted in a drifting haze. Haze again goes along that pearl-winged, that haziness, that indistinctness, that mistiness. See, the whole picture is very consistent. Misty twilight, vague cattle, white roam, glimmering through the mist. Oh, again he uses the word mist. Vague spirits wandered with a bodiless cry. Vague melodies touched the soul and fled pursued into harmonious distances unceased. We have seen last time, this is whatever be the reason or whatever, but the way here is most appropriate. Instead of rainy trees. It will become a jarring note if you put suddenly rainy in between. He is repeating vague purposely. Vague fields, vague pastures, vague trees, vague scenes, vague cattle, vague spirits, vague melodies. You see. Suddenly, if you put rainy gone into harmonious distances unseen, forms subtly elusive and half luminous powers, wishing no goal for their unearthly course, strayed happily through vague ideal lands, or floated without footing, or their walk left steps of reverie on sweet memory's ground, or they pace on a mighty measure of their thoughts, led by a low, far chanting of the gods. Chanting, I don't know if the gods chant, but here they do. Here they do chant. Led by a low, far chanting of the gods. Chanting the gods. What would be the kind of chant these gods would be chanting? About the beauty and the joy and the wonder of this twilight dream world. He'll be chanting that. How lovely this whole place is. And that is what this gods will be chanting. Chanting with the gods. What are they chanting? This one. What loveliness all around. A ripple of gleaming wings cross. See, here now you have got gleaming wings. Earlier you had hue winged, then pearl winged, now gleaming wings. A ripple of gleaming wings crossed the far sky. Birds like pale bosomed imaginations flew. So birds like imaginations are flying. With low disturbing voices of desire. Voices of desire. What are they desiring, these birds? Oh, the dawn has come. We are happy now. With low, disturbing voices of desire, and half-heard lowings drew the listening ear, half-heard lowing of cattle. Early morning, the cattle, the listening ear, as if the sun gods brilliant kind were there. Sun gods brilliant kind. Now this is of course reference to Homeric kind. Helios, he is kind. He has got an Odyssey. Gold bodied kind. Sun gods, brilliant kind, but they're not the actual kind. They are illusory kind. Hidden in mist and passing toward the sun. These fugitive beings passing away rapidly, transient. These elusive shapes were all that claimed the eye and met the soul, the neutral inhabitants of that world. They are there passing through the scene, as if they are untouched. They are not part of that whole thing. Therefore, neutral, therefore natural inhabitants of that world. But nothing there was fixed or stayed or long. Well, that is what he means by fugitive. That is what he means by elusive. Because they are elusive, they are fugitive. Nothing there was fixed or stayed or long. No mortal feet could rest upon that soil. No breath of life lingered embodied there. You cannot go and live there. Why is killing? But nothing there was fixed or stayed for long. Okay. No mortal feet could rest upon that soil. No breath of life lingered embodied there. Yet although this is the way in which things are there, that mortal fate cannot be there, no breath of life can stay there. Yet, here is Savitri, who is there. It does not apply to Savitri, she is above them. No mortal feet could rest upon that soil. Well, if you go strictly by that, it means that hers are not mortal feet. Although she has taken the human birth, she is walking to that place with immortal feet. No breath of life lingered, embodied there. Same thing.